In this case, the person caught the virus from someone out of state. 9 Interside's Craig Smith shows us how firefighters are now protecting themselves here when they go out on medical calls.
We are used to seeing medical professionals coping with coronavirus in a lab or a hospital, a more predictable, controlled environment. But when ambulance crews rush to help someone in trouble, it's harder to maintain tight infection controls. When Tucson fire crews run on a medical call, they depend on 911 operators to ask if someone's coughing, if they have a fever. They collect as much information as they can before the ambulance arrives, so paramedics and EMTs know if they need more than their usual protection when they're close to the patient.
So we will wear eye protection. We will, at times when indicated, we will wear a mask. We also have, obviously, wearing gloves. And we do have the ability to wear arm guards or gowns if it rises to the level of that sort of exposure.
That process has actually been part of the routine for many years, learned through incidents like major flu outbreaks. The international nature of coronavirus adds new questions to the information gathering.
Like if somebody has traveled outside the country within the last 30 days, in addition to those questions, that best prepares our people to walk into these circumstances and provide the best care possible, as well as protecting our firefighters.
Now, there's another thing first responders have to consider. If they are exposed, there's a risk they could have to go into quarantine. That's happened to firefighters in California and Washington State, and it makes those emergency workers unavailable just when you need them. Craig Smith, KGUN 9, on your side.
All right, Craig, thank you. Multiple hearings on Capitol Hill held today about how to fight against what's now being called COVID-19. The CDC, FDA, and the Department of Homeland Security spoke about concerns and solutions. The Trump administration is expected to announce travel restrictions to more countries soon. The number of cases is now more than 90,000 worldwide. To make sure the United States stays on top of testing, the FDA says it's working with companies to make sure they have the capacity to test enough patients.
We should have the capacity by the end of the week to have kits available to the laboratories to perform about 1 million tests.
The Secretary of the Treasury also spoke. He said his department's #1 concern is the health impact on the communities, not the economic impact. Now, that economic impact still a huge concern for investors, though. The Federal Reserve cut interest rates by 0.5 point today amid worries that the coronavirus outbreak could damage the economy. The move marks the first unscheduled emergency rate cut since 2008. It puts the new benchmark interest rate at 1 to 1.25%. The move comes after the Dow recorded its record high, the largest point gain in history. That was yesterday, but even that gain wasn't enough to recover the massive losses from last week.
The outbreak has also disrupted economic activity in many countries and has prompted significant movements in financial markets. The virus and the measures that are being taken to contain it will surely weigh on economic activity, both here and abroad, for some time.
President Donald Trump will donate his quarterly salary to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. That money will be used to support efforts to fight against the coronavirus.
Now, KGUN 9 on your side. First warning weather.
The road to Mount Lemmon remains open, and the Pima County Sheriff's Department has no plans on closing it. The mountain has fresh snow, but drivers are asked to slow down and watch out for ice on the highway. Looks pretty, though. It is pretty, but I got to tell you, it is very, very slippery on those ice
it gets
patches,
that way.
And you can't see it sometimes.
Yeah, exactly, that black ice that you can't see on the road. So be careful out there, and we're going to take you up there right now. This is a live view. Look at that cloud rolled in over Ski Valley right now. So that is definitely looking like a cold winter scene there. And you got just a little bit of snow right there on top of the mountain. So a little bit to add to the scenery, but not much to add to the moisture. And it looks like we're going to start to dry things out quite a bit now around here. Let's go to the radar, and the last lingering showers and snow showers in the high country are just remaining over southeastern Arizona as this low pressure system pushes off to the east. So we will continue to see a couple of showers, even some thunder showers. We saw a thunder shower or two just to the northwest of Wilcox here in about the last half hour. These are now drifting off to the southwest around that center of circulation of low pressure that's now moving off to the east. Here's a live view from the KGUN 9 studios looking north right now. You can see those clearing skies. So that means a chilly night tonight, but then a big warm up for the end of the week. We're going to talk about that in the forecast.
Kyler, thank you. Another big fentanyl bust during a traffic stop. Pima County deputies say they found nearly 8,000 pills last week. The deputies pulled over a vehicle near Miracle Mile and Interstate 10. They arrested Mario Reyes and Angeline Salaya. Along with the fentanyl pills, deputies found 33 grams of meth and 2 handguns.
Happening now, Tucson City Council members are reconsidering about the water bill rate. The city's water department proposed a 5.5% increase that would take effect in July. Now, City Council member Paul Cunningham proposed a lesser increase for water services. The council will decide this evening whether or not it will vote on a future increase in rates. The water department said